Hi, Susanne.
Hi, Gom. How are you?
Fine, thanks. We're delighted to have you on this conference. So you're joining Bordeaux Fintech today to explain us about your vision about fintech. So can you tell us how you had the idea to create the Fintech Book?
Of course. I mean, it started out, actually I started out 20 years ago to work for a fintech company in the Silicon Valley, which at that time, fintech didn't exist as a term yet, but it was a technology company selling into financial markets. And then I worked for banks all my life in London. And I'm Austrian, so I came from Vienna, 20 years ago to London. And then 2 years ago, I left Deutsche Bank to set up my own fintech company, which is Fintech Circle.
Yeah.
And when I did that, I wanted to learn about all aspects of fintech, but I couldn't find a book which would help me, fill all these gaps and help me understand the whole fintech world, which already was huge 2 years ago. And so that's why we created to do one ourselves, to reach out to our global community of 16,000 members now.
16,000.
16,000 members. There are lots of French entrepreneurs as well, part of it. And we wanted to invite them to be part of this Fintech book and to write one together and give a voice, to people all over the world.
Excellent. And now you have launched the book all over Europe. That's what I've seen.
Yes.
And you're launching it in France today.
Exactly. So I'm very excited to be here at the conference at Fintech Bordeaux, which really is the leading fintech conference in France, which is wonderful to be here and to be able to speak tomorrow as well and to launch the Fintech book here in France. So very excited about it because, of course, the French market has got a huge opportunity, and Paris as a city has got a huge opportunity to be a fintech hub globally as well.
That's true.
So I'm really very happy to be here.
And when you have been all around Europe, what's your vision about fintech? Because we are seeing fintech through the American point of view,
Yes.
which is quite a big market, a lot of fundraising. We are seeing fintech with the UK point of view, which is also a big market. But
Yes.
what's your vision about the continental Europe? Because fintech seems to be a little small or smaller than it is otherwise in the world.
Yes, I mean the financial sector, the fintech sector globally, we have seen it growing by 75% last year. So now investments into global fintech went up to $23 billion globally, which was amazing. And as you said correctly, the majority still is focused on the Silicon Valley, followed by New York. And in Europe, the UK is kind of the leading country in terms of getting the biggest investment chunk. But we see huge growth on the continent. So huge growth, across France, Germany, Switzerland, Eastern European countries. And so I think there's a huge opportunity because fintech will change our lives. So it has got a huge impact on us as individual savers, on us wanting to invest better, on all companies, on banks, insurance companies. So it has got this huge disruptive force to really make finance a better industry, for us all, which only can be exciting, after, of course, the financial crisis, almost 8-9 years ago now. So there's need for change, and fintech is bringing this change now.
And what about France specifically? I mean, this is the first time you're launching the book here. You've seen a lot of entrepreneurs from fintechs,
Yes.
probably on the conference on UK and Germany.
Yes.
And what's your feeling about the entrepreneurs themselves, about the way they adopt fintech, the way they develop the business? Is there something special about France? Is it the same type of entrepreneurs you've seen in Germany, in Switzerland?
Yes.
Is it different from the UK entrepreneurs? I mean, finance in France is something very sensitive. In all Latin countries,
Yes.
money is something sensitive.
Yes.
Is there a different way to realize and to grow a fintech in France than in other countries?
I think one thing which I noticed is that in France, you've got wonderful and very strong universities, so a very good education. So all fintech entrepreneurs I met, they're always very qualified, both in the knowledge, in the finance knowledge, in the technology expertise, and often the technological solutions were really superb, world class. And often what I think comes next now is to really really look at it as a global solution, because if you're a French fintech company, you know, who develops something amazing, you now want to market it and package it and make sure that the whole world gets to see it. And I think that's something which we can learn from the States is marketing. You know, branding is selling. And it's always easier to do that selling marketing piece if you've got the core function which is strong, because then you can do everything else around it. And I think France definitely is the case. You know, perfect universities, perfect education, great entrepreneurs, and now comes really the global push. You know,
global push and sell.
And selling. Exactly.
Learn to sell.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you very much, Susanne. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, a pleasure to be here. Thanks very much for inviting me.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Yes, thank you.